Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy, humbled, and honored to be here. I would first like to congratulate my comrade and leader in council, Suzanne. Also would like to acknowledge Mayor Leary for her leadership in the city. And also would like to acknowledge my fellow councilmen who are here today, as well as other neighbors, friends, and dignitaries. When you run a campaign, you are asked hundreds, if not thousands, of questions. And inevitably, there's 1, 2, or 20 that you wish you had a second crack at. For me, it's a resounding 1. Bear with me, I wrote this down because I knew I wouldn't get a third chance. What courses have you taken or periodicals do you subscribe to for knowledge of your environment in order to propose or vote? Please define ecology versus environment. I answered this question sillily from a scientific standpoint, but I thought about it and was wondering, what if this was meant to be a spiritual question? I subscribe to the Bible. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the Bible. I'm a certificate holder in courses of faith, hope, love, wisdom, and how a table will be prepared for me in the presence of my enemies. I have lifetime subscriptions to the Apostles' Creed, the Catechism, the Lord's Prayer, Amazing Grace, and Zion is calling me to a higher place of praise. There's a library of written and oral text, and I keep it close to myself, as well as my elders, as I chart my purpose, perspective, passion, and plan when it comes to matters that need to be adjudicated on the environment. My environment is my loving wife, my parents, my brothers, my sister, my aunts, my cousins, my coaches, my teammates, my classmates, my neighbors, Encore, Teal Petty, the Gamble-Cordons, the Browns, the Springfields, the Megasons, and Miss Lydia Garnett. My environment is inclusive and collaborative, and is Dobbinsville, Shawtown, Washington Square, Washington Park, Old Town, Van Dyke, William Penn Square, Jacquet, Boothurst, Buttonwood, Riverbend, The Ball, Penn Valley, and Newcastle Manor. Ecology is my grandparents, Elizabeth Watkins and Benjamin and Lily Granison. My mother-in-law, Shona Whitaker, Martin, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Fannie Lou Hamer, and Whitney Young. My Newcastle ecology consists of Chief Petty, Mayor Klingmeyer, Mount Salem Church, Miss Gladys Clark, Mr. Sylvester Clark, Bathsheba Bungie, Mr. Gene Dempsey, and the great Thomas Garrett, who's the station master in the Underground Railroad. 175 years ago, Thomas Garrett stood where we sit today, and he was convicted in this very room for helping enslaved Africans escape to freedom. He was mocked, humiliated, and fined $5,000, which put him in financial ruin. Yet he stood after being convicted and said, "I wish I say to thee, and to all this in this courtroom, that if anyone knows a fugitive who wants shelter and a friend, send him to Thomas." Mr. Garrett, your labor does not go in vain. I'm a descendant of enslaved Africans, and today I give you my salute. You are an inspiration, and therefore I say, if you need a New Castilian who needs a friend, an advocate, a problem solver, tell him to call Brian Mattaway. Thank you, and have a good night.